All right. About time we will all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As an
adult
and
and
a
a treasure
treasure
hunter,
hunter,
I am committed to search for all the talent, skills, and intelligence that exists in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions. Silence, please. All right, be seated. And when ready, roll call, please.
Mark Wingren,
Here.
Steve Cartwright,
Here.
Anthony Valentino,
Here.
Ernie Lopez, David Richter,
Here.
all but Captain Ernie Lopez are present.
And may I have a motion to approve the agenda? So moved. All right, Mr. Latinos. And a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. Mr. Courtwright has made a second. All in favor, say aye. 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 All against? Move on to the action item. Action item A. The annual financial report.
In late September, we were notified that the Pinal County School Office Data Processing Consortium was the victim of a ransomware attack. While they were trying to repair the damage, it was discovered that half the school districts that they served lost data due to the district files not being backed up properly. Tulsa School District was one of those districts that was affected. The last backup that occurred was the night of August 7th, which resulted in us losing about 7 weeks of data, which we will have to re-enter before we will have any accurate data to report. So with that being said, the AFR has a deadline of October 15th. We reached out, or the Pinal County School Office reached out trying to get an extension, and we were denied an extension. So we are presenting this AFR to you with the knowledge that it is not our final AFR, it is not true data. The last time this data was pulled was on September 14th, but because the system lost so much data, we are unable to give you guys the accurate information that we need. So we will, once all the data has been re-entered, we will be doing a 915 revision on our AFR, and then we'll bring it back to you guys for approval. With the 915, it doesn't require board approval, but being that this one isn't accurate at all, we're gonna bring it back to approval before it gets submitted.
Yeah, so the inaccuracies.
Yes, we are simply just bringing it today so we can meet the deadline, knowing that. On page 1 of the annual financial report, on the cover page, on the bottom right-hand side, we don't anticipate those expenditures changing very much. There would be, we're estimating probably about a good $20,000 change in it, but other than that, we really don't have the accurate data to present to you guys until we can get all of that stuff re-entered.
Is there any information about the attack itself? Just curious where it may have originated from.
Not officially from us, no, it's not on our side, it's with the consortium, so we don't really know much data other than the fact that they found it, and when they found that they were fixing it and found problems with the backup, but that's all we pretty much know. We know that they're working with the FBI and Homeland Security, but I think that's pretty much.
I think they did identify where the ransom attack occurred, and they were just trying to pin it down to where exactly they were, so,
Eloy, Bulgaria.
yes, exactly, yes.
Foreign countries.
No, the suspicion is it was probably the same one as Tucson guy did last January, and they took our whole network down, everything. And they actually had access to the printers. That's how they had actually got good access to the networks. How do you do printers?
So how are we doing this, though, acknowledging the AFR as is?
They're approving it. The state understands that what happened to us, there's several of us that it was not just the ransomware, that was one issue, but that brought to light that the new program that had been installed, the data processing to back up, is supposed to back up all the district's data, financial data in the system once a week. And they were not receiving any kind of indication that it was not working correctly. But when this ransomware, they brought to light that since August 7th, the only data there were any districts between M and Z, their data was not backed up. So Toltec falls into that category.
And how much do we pay for this great software? Are we getting them up for damages to fix the mess that they caused?
They've already asked for our fiscal year 23 and 24 POs so they can help, and they do want to help get us up and running with the information back in the system.
We have had tremendous support from the Pinal County Consortium as well as the Pinal County School Office that we're working around the clock trying to get us back up and running and get us, like she said, to help, get us back to where, we're not there yet, but in time, they have offered resources to help us.
It's quite an ordeal.
So now we're just acknowledging the report.
You're approving the
The
report,
report.
and the state knows that we're doing a revision.
We're doing the revision.
And the county, of course,
Yes, and
tried to get an extension, but that was not granted.
yes, and the Auditor General's office was contacted as well, and they told us that, you can do revisions on your AFR, so it would be simply the same thing. We are approving it now with full transparency to you guys. This isn't true, but we're just trying to get it approved, so we meet the deadline, and then once we can get it all back up to where it needs to be, then we'll bring it back to you guys for official approval of our final AFR.
Okay, so this is unofficial approval. That's official approval.
You're approving this report, but you're going to get another.
We're gonna get it.
We're missing the last 2 weeks of September, basically.
No, actually, we lost about 7 weeks of data. The last backup that occurred was August 7th, and it was the week of the 24th, 25th. That week is when we found out. So from that, we lost about 7 weeks of data. Yeah. And it's across 2 fiscal years because we were in the encumbrance period for fiscal year 23. So we are for 23 and 24. That's why the AFR for 23 is affected.
All right. So, with all that said, I asked for a motion for the annual financial report to the Arizona Department of Education this year before October 15th. Have a motion.
So a motion basically to approve, ultimately an interim report, more or less.
Yes.
Okay.
Before the October 15th deadline. We have a motion by Mr. Levitine. Do I have a second?
I'll say.
No, it's a second. Mr. Courtwright. All in favor say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. Next meeting date, I think we've already set that up. So since we've already set the next meeting date, a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Mr. Courtwright has made a motion to adjourn.